Shane?
Yes.
I just sent Fred Bryant's motion to revoke. I didn't know whether you guys had one, a copy of it, but
Yeah, I got it,
okay.
Kathleen. I just
Oh,
saw the email. Thank you.
okay. You're welcome. Thank you.
Huh?
Hi, Kathleen. Oh, okay. Well, I saw Kathleen come in. I was just going to say Mr. Luff got his copy, and I don't know anything about Fred Bryant because I'm already out of my office. So,
Kathleen? Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if she heard you, Jim.
yeah, there she is. Hi, Kathleen.
Hello.
I just picked up on the end. If you sent me a copy to give Fred Bryant, that's not going to happen. I was already out of
Oh,
my office. So he will
okay.
not, yeah, he will not have a copy when you guys go to court. I'll
Well,
certainly print one out. If you sent one to me, I'll get it back to him.
well, this is one that was done back in 2022, I
Oh,
believe. It's an
okay,
older
okay.
one, but I could gladly email it to you.
No, I was just clarifying that I'm away from my desk because Stephanie sent me one earlier on Mr. Luff, so he's here.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
just picked up on the end of your conversation. If you want me to deliver something, just send it over and I'll take care of it after court. But he won't have a copy before court that I'm aware of.
Okay.
And and I apologize if I'm making this more confusing.
No, you're not.
Okay. Back soon. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.
We're waiting for the prosecutor, it looks like.
Gotcha. Just for everybody except them, Luther Loft is up first.
Yes.
And I did give him his motion to revoke. So he's had time to read through that. I'm not sure if that's going to be a subject of discussion or not, but he did have he's had time to review that. So I'll be back when yeah, I'll be back when the prosecutor shows up.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Apologies for the delay, Your Honor. I was in the bathroom.
All right.
Are we ready?
I think we have everybody now. Thank
I
you.
believe, here we go.
Hello, I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some matters that have been unresolved. You have some new charges of trespassing. And then there's some motions to revoke, probation. You also have a domestic battery that's pending. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you. Mr. Lilich is on the line here. What I'd like for you to do is discuss with him these cases, and the motion to revoke, and to determine how we're going to proceed. So if you could ask the gentleman that gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to talk to Mr. Lilich in private.
Breakout with Littleton.
Got it.
Yes, Mr. Lilich.
Your Honor, thank you, for that time. I did have the opportunity to discuss, Mr. Loft's case with him. The city has made a plea offer in that case. And I've also reviewed with Mr. Loft his, pending motion to revoke, which I would note, he, has told me he is holding in his hands a written copy of that motion. And I had a copy electronically, which probation provided me today. We went through that as well. Your Honor, a few points of clarification, from the prosecutor. The plea offer, Hudson, is 5 days in jail. My clients told me he served 7 in jail. Is the city opposed to credit for time served?
Let me check one note real fast.
I show him in jail since April 2nd.
Normally the notes are clearer than this, my apologies. Just for clarification for prosecutor's position, there's a previous domestic in the system. Is that against the same victim?
Is that the one, when is that one dated? I see
22nd.
Yeah, are you asking me that question?
on a one, okay, so, because he has one pending that happened, the tickets were given January 8th. The other one is, the one he's having
They're different.
the motion, to revoke on. And let me just look real quick here. Uh, Francis Decker Cardona. Francis Cardona Decker is that one. The new ones, it looks like on the same victim, yes. Same
Yep.
complaining witness, yes.
Yeah, this was one of the cases I was told to pay special attention to. The minimum days served would be requested to be 15. But the current offer does not reflect that. Why?
Uh, Hudson, did I understand you to say that you're changing the offer from 5 days in jail to 15 days in jail?
Yes, let me see real fast.
Yeah, I show the
Right.
the plea offer says 5 days.
Yeah. Oh, this is a note from way back in the day. I guess the only question I have is the defendant still homeless?
He's advised me he presently does not have a home.
Okay.
And he's advised me that he stays generally in the vicinity of 6th and 7th Street. And that because he's currently staying in that area, he feels that he's in a better posture to report to probation now.
Motion to revoke. I have no objection to the currently offered credit for
The
time
current
served.
offer and
Yeah.
credit for time served?
I'm sorry, okay.
Okay, and then if he, with this offer, if he stipulates to the violation of probation, is the city in agreement to reinstating his probation and running the new charges and the old charges concurrent for a new year on the same condition? Same conditions as the old probation with the conditions of the plea offer?
Given the sheer number of issues with him on previous probation, city would only be willing to reinstate if we added additional underlying. And they would run concurrent. Therefore, if there was a violation, he'd be in jail for longer.
Okay,
So-
what's the total underlying then?
So currently it's 180. City would request an additional 3 months onto that time period. So it would go up to 270 days underlying.
Let me ask this. You're asking to change the sentence on the old plea? On
No,
the,
the
on the
new plea.
old, on the new one, okay.
Yes, and then
Gotcha.
we would add
Okay.
the new one together with the old one for total underlying. So I think the first one was 90 days underlying.
Right.
So the total concurrent underlying sentence would be 270 days.
It would be additive. So it would be a full year in jail should he
Okay, okay.
fail to report to probation.
Mr.
Monetary issues are something that can be resolved with probation, but I mean, we have a lot of charges here. I want to see some effort. And if there's not effort, then hammer comes down. That would be the city's offer.
So
I
you're
understand.
changing the underlying jail term in the current new offer to how many days? Because right now it's 270. What do you want?
I just changed it to 270. It was 180 before.
Okay, all
So
right.
now it'll be 270 plus the previous probations.
So we're running them consecutive to one another.
Yes.
He'll do probation 1 year if he does it.
Yes. So the
Okay.
probation term will be concurrent. The punishment will be consecutive. So if he does everything right,
Well,
the underlying will be.
right. They run consecutive to one another. Okay, sounds good.
Mr. Loth, did you just hear the discussion we had?
Yep, I'm cool with that.
Do you want to talk with me about that a little bit more in private?
Yeah, you could go back into the breakout if you wish to talk to
I'm-
your lawyer a little bit.
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I
Oh,
understood everything and I'm willing to accept that.
okay, well, Your Honor, I can summarize that again if you'd like.
No, I'm looking at the plea agreement. I think we're
Okay.
good. All right.
Okay.
Sir, you understand that you have an absolute right to a trial on these matters. The
Yes,
city
ma'am.
has to prove these things. You don't have to prove anything. But if you're you're willing to enter this guilty plea to domestic battery, you're giving up that right. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, although there's been a discussion and agreement, I don't have to follow that agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes.
As long as I sentence you within Kansas law, I don't have to abide by this stuff.
Yes, I understand that.
Got that? All right. And for the your probation violation, you have a right to a hearing on that. I have no
understand
idea
that.
if you violated it, didn't do what you were supposed to do. There would be a hearing. Your attorney could question the probation officer concerning this if you wanted that. But it sounds like you are giving it that up because you're saying, I agree that I didn't do what I was supposed to do.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to give up that hearing also.
Yes.
All right, okay. We'll take the stipulation first. I will accept your stipulation that you violated your probation. But we're going to put you back on probation with the same conditions as were before on those cases. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
However, we're going to start your probation on that case over, and it starts today, April 11th.
Okay.
All right, so you'll be on probation on those old cases, April 11th, 2025 to April 11th, 2026.
That's fine.
Okay, all right. Now, new charges. This domestic battery and trespass. It's my understanding you want to plead guilty to that domestic battery.
Sure.
All right. And the other charge will be dismissed. So for the charge of domestic battery, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. I'll accept your plea. I will dismiss the other charge. Your underlying sentence in this case is 270 days.
Understood.
Suspend all but the 5 days, and you'll get credit for the time you have served. You'll be placed on 1-year probation with our city court. You've been here before, so you know it's on the 2nd floor.
Yes.
Okay. You're going to have to get a domestic violence evaluation and follow those recommendations while you're on probation. You're not to violate the law in any way. You're going to have to pay the fine. It's a $500 fine. There are no other costs associated with that case. Do you have any contact with this Frances anymore?
I haven't seen her in probably 2 years.
All right. Well, if you do see her, I'm not saying you can't be around her, but you can't have any violent contact with her.
Understood.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. Now to start probation, you've got to come to orientation. Got to start
Okay.
over. Okay. You'll be on probation for 1 year on this case. We're looking at April 24th. It's any Thursday at 10 o'clock is when orientation is.
What's today?
Today is Friday, the 11th. I'm looking at April 24th, which is not next Thursday, but the Thursday after.
So by then I need to have orientation?
Right. You got to be here on the 2nd floor of City Hall at 10 o'clock for your probation orientation.
Okay. On Thursday. Got you.
Thursday at 10. All right.
Got
And
you.
we'll send some paperwork over to the jail of the date. All right.
Okay.
Okay. And then you'll have that probation for 1 year. And this will run consecutive to the other case that you had. All right. So that means you can add the jail time together if you screw up.
Yeah, I understood that.
All right. Okay. Now, did you have any questions of what you got to do or what you just did?
So basically you're gonna release me today.
Correct.
I'll have to be at orientation at Thursday at 10 o'clock
April
and
24th.
April 24th,
Right.
and don't fuck up till for next year.
That would summarize it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Your Honor, Mr. Aloff has also been advised by me that it is unlawful for him to own or possess a firearm
Right.
while he's
Correct.
on probation on these charges.
Yeah. No guns. You
I'm
got
already a
that?
felon. I'm already a felon, so it's nothing new.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, just yeah. Sounds good. All right. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, that'll conclude the hearing and we'll send over paperwork to get you out.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
I think you're done there. Just wanted to check.
Yes.
All right, moving to new pod, Cody Walker. He's been blowing up my emails and things, so
Okay.
just giving you a heads up.
All right.
Your Honor, in regards to Cody Walker, I'm just going to preface this. The city would ask for absolutely no bond under any situation.
Okay. Well, the law says I got to set a bond, but we'll discuss.
Yep.
We'll discuss. All right. Okay.
Your Honor, you're muted.
Okay, Judge, Mr. Walker.
All right, thank you. Hello, I am Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here that need to be taken care of, or at least figure out where we're going. You have 3 counts, it looks like, yeah, 3 counts of domestic battery and 2 counts of violating a protective order. What I've done is I have appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who is here and present to talk to you about these cases on how we're going to proceed. So if you would tell the gentleman that gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout, you can talk to your lawyer in private about these matters.
Okay.
All right, so ask him to put you in a breakout. All right, Mr. Lilich.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have had the opportunity to discuss with Mr. Walker his pending charges, and I have had the opportunity to review plea proposal that was made by the city. Your Honor, Mr. Walker denies these allegations. At this time, he would ask that the court set his case for a review hearing, order him to personally appear, and consider granting him an own recognizance bond. Your Honor, Mr. Walker has pointed out to me that these domestic battery charges stem from an issue with his father. He has recently been living with his father. He doesn't intend to do that. If you grant him an own recognizance bond, he's advised me he'll be moving in with his girlfriend in Johnson County, and that she has a means of transportation for him to come to court, and that he tells me his mother will also assist with him getting to court. He's advised me that the only reason he's in jail right now is because he was arrested for violating the restraining order, and that he's been in jail for 9 days on that.
Right,
Your
right.
Honor, the city would like to point out that, well, I personally, as a prosecutor, have been following this case for almost a year now. It was not a simple protection order violation that was violated. It was that he appeared at the house with a sawed-off shotgun and was overheard saying violent comments to the mother. And apparently, according to again, this is alleged, according to the father, this is an ongoing issue where the mother will take the abuse and protect the son from these problems. Now, these are all things to discuss at trial, yes, but I have severe concerns considering the safety of the mother and the father in this case, because there was a protection order in place and he was seen, whether or not this is proven, not made, with a weapon on the premises.
Well, I have one question for you. If there was a weapon, why is this in municipal court?
That's a good question, Your Honor, but these domestic violence cases are not related to that. It would just be the VPO that might be in our court incorrectly. So we can look into that if you wish, but the city would strongly
Well,
object to.
I'm just, if those are the allegations, it seems like this is not the appropriate place for that. Mr. Walker, where does your girlfriend live?
In Olathe, Kansas.
Right. Do you understand the court's concern? I mean, you've got 3 domestic batteries, and these 2 violating protective orders over basically a period of at least like 4 months.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I have set, your bond was set at $1,000 for these. And you cannot make that bond.
Yes, I can.
All right. Well, then make the bond and then you'll be able to get out. Because it was set, the bond was set a while ago. I don't know why you weren't able to, if you were able to make it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll expect you to make your bond and I will set it. I don't want to go too far out. Let's go to April 25th at 1 o'clock in court.
Okay.
All right. That's a Friday. All right. Okay. So, and Mr. Lilich will be there so that you can, we'll figure out how you can really have a good conversation with him at that time. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. So we'll see you in court April 25th. Just make your bond of the $1,000. All right.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. That'll conclude the hearing. You can give your headphones back.
All right.
Just checking we're done.
Yes.
All right. Next pod is all the next 3 people, different floor. I'll just call them out as they show up.
Sounds good.
Judge, on that Cody Walker, I'm sending all of his cases on the same day, or setting all of his cases on the same day and
Correct.
appointing the PD on all.
All of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Judge, was he supposed to have any special conditions on that? Was it no contact or anything?
Should have said not to have contact with his mom or dad, the two that the violating protective order stuff.
Okay.
Robert Walker, I believe.
So just no violent contact with them. He can have
No,
contact with them.
they
Oh,
got
no
violent,
contact. Okay.
none, zero.
Okay.
Judge, deputy is involved. It'll take just a few more minutes. I just wanted to give you a heads up. He is on his way. He knows we're here.
Sure, I appreciate you.
You bet. Pardon me, Judge, Ricky Bryant is here.
All right. I don't see him.
Hello, Judge.
Yeah, can you tell him to turn the video on, please, sir?
Turn the video on. Can you turn the video on?
I can, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hello, sir. I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here. There's 3 counts of trespass, 2 counts of disorderly, or 1 count of disorderly conduct, a domestic battery, lewd and indecent act, and drinking in public. I have appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who is here on the Zoom. And what I'd like for you to do is visit with him to determine how these cases are going to proceed. So if you would tell the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout room, you can speak with your lawyer in private about these matters.
Okay.
All right.
Breakout room. Mhm.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Judge, this is Ricky Bryant, right?
Ricky Bryant.
Okay, thank
Is
you.
my understanding. He's born in 66.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your Honor,
Yes,
how long has Bryant Ricky been in the jail system on these charges?
he has been in since 4/5.
So he's only
No,
been,
Ricky, I'm sorry, Ricky was 4/2.
so 8 days, 9 days. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, 4/2. I was thinking Fred's been in.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Your Honor, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Bryant. The city has made a plea offer in this case, which, as I understand it, was amended in IMDS as I was meeting with Mr. Bryant. I have discussed with Mr. Bryant his right to have a trial on these charges and his rights related to trial. He has opted to accept the plea offer that the city has made. If the court would like, I'm happy to summarize that offer and our agreement at this time.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, it's Mr. Bryant's understanding that he will be pleading guilty to domestic battery and trespassing, and that in exchange for that plea, the city's going to recommend a 90-day underlying sentence, that he be ordered to serve 2 of those days in jail, and thereafter be placed on supervised probation for 1 year on a condition that he obtain a domestic violence evaluation, a drug and alcohol evaluation, and successfully complete the recommendations from those evaluations, that he have no violent contact with the alleged victim in this case, who is his wife, and that he not violate the law, and that he not return to 2 locations where he was charged with trespassing. I've mentioned that condition to him, and he remembers where he was charged with trespassing and understands that he cannot return to those locations. And another term of the agreement is that he will have to pay total fine and court costs of $200. Your Honor, I've explained to Mr. Bryant that as a result of this plea agreement, he will not be able to own or possess, lawfully own or possess a firearm while he's on probation. Having discussed it with him, he would ask that the court adopt this plea agreement I've described as its order.
All right. Mr. Bryant, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right. And do you understand that you have an absolute right to a trial? The city must prove you did these things. You don't have to prove anything.
Yeah,
But by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to that trial.
that's-
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Now, I know that you would be on probation during for a year. All right. And if you screw up not getting that domestic violence evaluation, or going to the places you're not supposed to go to, you could be looking at 90 days in jail. You understand that?
Yes, yes.
Okay. You don't have to worry about the jail time unless you screw up your probation. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Got
Okay.
it? Okay.
Yes.
Now I just had the 2 locations that I see is 7th Street Casino and KU Med. There's also a State Avenue. Are we also looking at that one? There's the 7th Street Casino is a trespass charge.
Yes.
There is KU Med,
Mhm.
and then there's one at 4725 State.
I don't know what that is. I don't know where that's at, Your Honor.
All right. Well,
Here.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't want you to be confused as to where you're not supposed to be.
Your Honor, the plea offer from the city only covered 2 counts of trespassing.
Gotcha. I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me look. There's a hotel there. Some hotel.
Oh, I know what they talking about. I know
Okay.
now. Yes.
Across the street, there's a gas station or something.
Right there on 47th State
Yeah,
Avenue.
there you go. Yeah.
Exactly
Okay.
where it's at.
All right. But what they're saying is it just KU and the 7th Street Casino? Is that the places? Because I'm showing something about municipal court, so I don't understand. If I read the attorney rec.
Your Honor, the plea offer was not specific as to the
Okay.
locations.
All right.
It referenced the case numbers, and that with respect to each of those cases, he was not to return to the location.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me make sure It is 9923.
Your Honor.
That's at 4725 State.
Mhm.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Did they say something about KU hospital? I can't go to the hospital?
Yeah, you can go. I'm going to tell you, you can go if you have some kind of medical thing you
Right,
need to
right.
go to.
Right.
Otherwise, you need to stay away.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
All right. And let me, yeah, because I can't keep you from going to the hospital, if you need to. Okay.
Because I have a bad back, so I usually
Yeah.
go and I have a primary doctor.
Right. No, absolutely. I totally, yeah. And you're free to do that. Just don't be there when you're not supposed to be there.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make
understand.
sense?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So for the charge of domestic battery, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. And to the charge of trespass, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. And is he pleading to 2 counts of trespass?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm assuming guilty on the other trespass.
Yes.
All right. All right. I will accept your plea. All the other charges will be dismissed. All right.
Okay.
Your sentence will be that 90 days underlying sentence, but all of that will be suspended. You'll be placed on, you get a 2-day jail sentence, but you've been in jail, so you'll get credit for the time. Okay.
Okay.
1 year probation. During that time, you got to do your domestic violence eval and follow those recommendations. You're going to have to do a drug and alcohol evaluation and follow those recommendations. And your probation officer can help you with this, okay? On
Okay.
how to get this scheduled and do these things.
Okay.
You're to have no violent contact with your wife,
Okay.
okay?
Absolutely.
You can have contact with her, just not violent,
Right. Okay.
all right? Because that'll get you in the worst trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to violate the law in any way during this time, and stay away from that 4725 State and KU Med unless you have a medical emergency.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
There is a $200 fine for the domestic, and you can pay that over time while you're on probation. All right.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Now, to start probation, we have to go to orientation. Orientation is any Thursday at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So I'm looking at April 24th, which is not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after.
Okay.
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 April 24th at 10.
Okay.
That's going to be your date to get here. It's in the courthouse, or excuse me, it's in City Hall, and it's on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
Okay. So where court is. So
Okay.
when you get off the elevators, it's right to the left. And there's
Okay.
usually a security guy there that can direct you if you need to find it. All right.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So biggest thing to know, stay away from KU Med, less medical emergency, 4725 State. Don't fight with your wife.
Okay.
Physical fighting.
Okay.
And report April 24th at 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, John.
We'll send over paperwork to get you out.
Okay.
And if you don't appear April 24th, I'll issue a warrant and you're going to be sitting right where you're at.
Okay. I'll be
You
there.
don't want that. Be
No.
here. All right.
I hope that's correct. It was a little confusing.
Right. Yeah. April 24th at 10. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
All
24.
right. Anything else? You got any questions?
No, ma'am. No,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
All right. Well, I wish you good luck. April
Thank-
24th at 10.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Kathleen, your mic is on.
Oh,
That'll conclude the hearing, Mr. Bryant. You can give your headphones back.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. Olmo. Nestor Olmo. Right? Sure.
Hello, sir. I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here. You have a battery on a law enforcement officer. It looks like you received the ticket July 31st of 2024. And you also have a battery, looks like it happened June 21st, 2023. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who's here, that what I'd like to do is have you talk to him about these charges to determine how we're going to proceed. Because I clearly have an absolute right to a trial on these matters, but I want you to talk to him about these charges, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
The person that gave you the headphones, if you can tell him to put you in a breakout room, you'll be able to speak to your lawyer in private.
All right. Can you put me in a breakout room?
Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Your Honor, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Olmo. I have had the chance to discuss his charges with him and to review a plea offer that was made by the city. Your Honor, Mr. Olmo denies these allegations. He has advised me that he has been in custody now for approximately 73 days. He advises that he had a matter in Wyandotte County District Court. My understanding is that this is his only hold at this point. Your Honor, Mr. Olmo advises me that he has a job at Unlimited Tire and Wheel on Kansas Ave or near Kansas Avenue in Armourdale. And employment is waiting for him there. He tells me that he has a residence in Armourdale now, and that he intends to walk to court if the court will grant him an OR bond and order him to appear. He'd like the court to set this for a review date so that he can meet with our office and further review the matter.
Mr. Olmo, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, ma'am.
I show that you went into custody just recently, April 10th. So,
I was just released on the 27th.
okay,
Like I had been in custody 73 days. And they released me like 10 days ago.
I gotcha. Are you on probation now because of those other charges, or you're free
No,
and
ma'am.
clear?
I finished all my time free and clear,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
wasn't aware of any other pending.
Right, except us. Right,
Correct. I
I
didn't know about
understand.
that.
Yeah, no worries. All right, Mr. Weaver, did you have any comments about reducing the bond to OR amount?
I suppose my only concern would be having the defendant appear again, but I don't see a bond. So I'm curious how we're holding him
His
on.
bond was $150.
Which charge is he? I only see two for Olmo.
Right,
A
there's only
battery
two
on Leo and
charges, a battery and a battery on a law enforcement officer.
Oh. Do we hold inmates for battery on Leo?
I'm sorry?
I don't see a bond on my end of the system.
Oh, well, there was a bond of $150. It was set right when he went in. So just yesterday.
All right. Well, city has no objection as long as they appear, of course.
Obviously, yeah. All right, Mr. Olmo, I am going to release you today. You are to appear May 1st, which is Thursday. Okay. May 1st at 1 o'clock.
Right.
It's in City Hall here on the second floor is where court is. All
I'm
right.
familiar with that, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we expect to see you. Your lawyer will be there at that time, and then we'll figure out how we're going to proceed. All right.
Thank you.
Just don't miss it, or a warrant will be issued and you'll be right back where you're at.
I will not miss it, Your Honor. I'll be there in 3
All right.
weeks.
All right. Sounds good.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you.
We'll send the paperwork over. You should be getting out later today.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am.
Judge, a little change of plan. Fred Bryant got moved to a different floor, different pod. So I'm going to drop down to Danny Gladney next and then go back to Fred Bryant. So I'll be back soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Hudson.
Yes.
On this Danny Glatney, there was one that was still on warrant because the Glatney didn't have a D in it. So if that's part of your attorney rec, you may have to change that. I took the
Understood.
warrant off and put it on there.
I'll look into it. Thank you.
Okay.
What's the spelling? I show 2 counts. Is there more?
Yes, there's another count that I just changed the last name. It didn't have a D in it. So there's 3. If you refresh, there should be 3 counts now.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Gladney, Danny Gladney's here.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court.
Okay.
You have some unresolved matters here.
Okay.
You have a trespassing charge, it looks like, and a drug paraphernalia charge. It looks like you received tickets July 3rd of 2023. And then you have a new charge that recently happened February 13th of 2025, a theft case that it looks like happened out at the Legends. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who's here, so that you can talk to him about how we're going to proceed on these matters.
Okay.
So if you would tell the gentleman that gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to talk to your lawyer in private.
Right. So just put them in a breakout. Yeah, leave those on for that.
Hudson, could you update that plea offer and email it to me, please?
Working on it right now. I'm
Okay,
looking up
thank
this
you.
charge because I don't normally see it labeled as this. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Your Honor, I have had the opportunity to discuss Mr. Gladney's charges with him and to review a plea offer that's been made by the city. Your Honor, Mr. Gladney's understanding is the city has offered that if he pleads guilty to trespassing and theft by deception, the city is willing to dismiss the possession of drug paraphernalia and recommend an underlying sentence of 40 days in jail, and that Mr. Gladney be given probation from that sentence for a period of 6 months on the condition that he not return, and it's his understanding that he would not return to Walmart at Village West, and that he would pay a total fine and court costs of $200. Your Honor, I've discussed this plea offer with Mr. Gladney. I've explained to him he has an absolute right to have a trial. In lieu of entering into a plea agreement with the city, he has opted to accept this plea agreement. He would ask that the court adopt it as its order.
I just have one question. Is this 6 months probation supervised or unsupervised?
Judge, I'm not
Supervised
clear
rather
on
than-
that from the offer.
Yeah, Mr. Weaver?
Sorry, I don't know where the unsupervised thing came from, but we're putting an axe to that. It doesn't exist, so it'd be
Okay.
supervised.
Okay, does he have to do anything else other than not return to Walmart while he is on probation?
Judge, it's my understanding he's not to violate the law as
Oh,
another
right,
condition.
right, yeah.
I could. Is there not a checkmate class?
There is a checkmate class. There's also our class here offered by the court.
Oh,
So-
Your Honor, that was I'm sorry, I have not discussed that
All right,
with my client. That was in the plea offer. Mr. Gladney, you're gonna be ordered, if the judge adopts this plea agreement, you're gonna be ordered to do a checkmate class.
Okay.
Are you willing to do that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
all right, Mr. Gladney, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
That you are, he believes that you want to plead to the trespassing and the theft, and the other charge of drug paraphernalia will be dismissed.
Right.
Do you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have an absolute right to that. You have Mr. Lilich to help you out, to navigate it, ask questions.
No,
But you're, but you want to plead. All right. To the charge of trespass, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And to the theft, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. I'll accept those charges. The other charge will be dismissed. You will have a 40-day jail sentence. And what that means is you won't have to serve any of it if you do what you're supposed to do on probation.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
But if you screw up, you do something, then you're going to be possibly back in jail and looking at 40 days.
Okay.
All right. So your probation is going to last 6 months. During that time, stay away from the Legends Walmart.
Okay.
Okay. Don't violate the law.
Okay.
And you're going to have to do this checkmate class.
Okay.
And the probation people can help you, but you got to come to probation so they can help you navigate this, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to set your probation check-in, your orientation, basically. The first one is going to be April 24th at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Where?
It's in City Hall on the second floor.
Okay.
It's right where the court is.
Okay.
Okay. So when you get off the elevator, it's right to your left. If you have to ask directly, there's usually a security guy right by the door.
Okay. What time,
Okay.
ma'am? What time?
I'm sorry,
What time I gotta be there?
10 o'clock,
Okay.
10
April
o'clock.
24th.
24th, and we'll send over paperwork with that date, but April 24th at 10. And I'm
Okay.
going to tell you, if you don't appear, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest.
I know. I know. Okay.
So we don't want that, right?
No, ma'am.
Now, also during probation, don't violate the law. Don't have any negative law enforcement contact. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. You do also, I want to make sure you understand you have that $200 fine.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right. Okay. All right. If you don't have any other questions, we'll close the hearing out. But remember, April 24th at 10,
Okay.
second floor of City Hall.
Okay, yes, ma'am, okay.
All right.
All right.
You have a great day. We'll send over paperwork and you'll get out.
Okay, thank you. All right.
All right.
Right, Judge, back up. Gonna grab Fred Bryant. He's upstairs. It'll take me a few minutes. I'll be back soon.
All right. Thank you. Wait.
Was this him?
Yes, sir? You ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready, Mr. Bryant.
All right. Hello,
Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Bryan. I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here. You have a probation violation motion that's been filed. You have a petty larceny charge. Looks like you received the ticket December 7th of 2023. You have a petty larceny charge pending also. It looks like you got August 26th of 2023, and you have a resisting arrest charge that looks like that. Oh, that's part of the probation violation. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you. Mr. Lilich is here so that you can talk to him about these matters. So if you'd ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to talk to your lawyer in private about this.
Okay.
It goes on. I got you. Breakout room. I need an invitation again, please. Thank you.
Hudson,
Oh,
is the plea offer on this one with credit for time served, does that close out the probation violation too, or
which one is this?
this is Fred Bryant?
Let me double check. Yes, this one, according to my notes, is not a good fit for probation. So if
So
he's
if he
been in
plead,
here for 60 days, pay and close.
okay, and that closes out the probation too.
Well,
Okay,
it closes that there would be no probation on this one, but he does have pending payment status on other ones, and I think he has a pending revocation.
Well, the revocation, that's what Mr. Lilich is asking, is the
Yeah.
60 days cover all of it?
60
And
days
he'd,
covers
he'd
the
be
new
revoked,
charges.
he'd be revoked on the old charge, plea to something, and then 60 days total.
There is no underlying jail time on the previous charges.
well, how could he be on probation?
That's what I'm confused by. Resisting arrest does not carry jail time. Trespassing does not carry jail time. And open air burning isn't jail time offense. So
Well, if he stipulates and pleads, you're gonna close it out based on 60 days served, right? You're all right with that?
I am double checking what he pled to. There might be a note for it.
I
It's
show the
not
plea offer,
attorney rec.
I don't see any underlying jail time on it.
Okay.
Nothing.
There's nothing.
Okay.
All right, yeah. As far as the city is concerned, we have no notes. I have no idea how this happened. There's no remarks, so I will consider the jail time closed.
All right, great. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes,
may I ask Mr. Weaver a question?
yeah, go ahead.
Um, Mr. Weaver, did you get my email regarding Miss Wright, Crystal Wright?
Regarding Crystal Wright, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
The charges we have against Miss Wright, I don't believe we've seen Miss Wright yet. None of them are set for probation.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lilich?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I did have a chance to discuss with Mr. Bryan his pending charges. While I was discussing those charges with Mr. Bryan, I believe the prosecutor amended the plea offer and updated it in the system. I've discussed that amended plea offer with Mr. Bryant. Your Honor, it's his understanding that under that plea offer, he'd be pleading guilty to 2 counts of theft and stipulating to violating the terms of his current probation. And that in exchange for that plea and stipulation, the city would recommend a 60-day underlying sentence on the new charges, that Mr. Bryant be granted 6 months probation from that sentence on a condition that he complete a checkmate class, pay a total fine and cost of $300, that he not violate the law. And the city would also recommend that his probation, his existing probation, be reinstated and run concurrent with that sentence. Your Honor, after reviewing that with Mr. Bryan, explaining to him his absolute right to have a trial on the pending charges and a hearing on the alleged probation violation, he's accepted that plea and stipulation. He would ask that the court adopt those terms as its order.
All right. Mr. Bryant, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, ma'am.
It's my understanding that you want to plead to those 2 counts of theft and stipulate that you screwed up your probation on the resisting arrest and other petty larceny charge you had.
Yes.
All right. I want you to understand, by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial on these matters,
I
because you
know
have
that,
an
ma'am.
absolute right to a trial.
I know that.
But you still want to do this offer.
Yes.
All right. Understand, however, that if I agree to all this and you screw up your probation, you'll be in jail for 60 days.
I understand that.
You understand? All right. So to the 2 counts of petty larceny, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your plea. I will agree to the plea agreement, 60 days underlying sentence, suspend all of it, but and place you on 6 months probation with our city court probation. During that time, you'll have to do a checkmate class. You'll have to pay the $300 fine. You're not to violate the law in any way, no negative law enforcement contact. As far as the probation violation, it's my understanding you're willing to stipulate that you didn't do what you were supposed to do on the probation. Is that correct?
Right.
And so what I'll do is I'll revoke your probation, but I'm gonna put you back on probation for this 6 months. And just make sure you pay those fines and costs.
All right.
All right, and you'll have to talk to probation about that. Now, to start probation, you have to go to orientation. I'm going to schedule your orientation for April 24th, which is not next Thursday, but the Thursday after. Basically, last Thursday of the month,
Okay.
April 24th at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
To report, you have to come to City Hall. It's on the second floor. When you
I
get off
know.
the elevators, it's right to the
I
left.
know. I know where that.
Okay, all right. If you don't show up for that probation on April 24th, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, so don't miss it.
Okay.
All right?
Mm,
Do you have any questions?
no.
Okay. All right, well then that'll conclude the hearing. We'll send over paperwork. I believe that you do have another hold on you. I don't know if you'll get out of jail, but the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court won't have a hold on you.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Okay. So, I wish you good luck. We'll see you back here April 24th at 10.
Okay.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
All right, moving down to the ladies' pod, different floor. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes.
So are the revocation cases closed?
No,
No.
he's,
Okay.
he got revoked. He got put back on. He's on for 6 months
Okay, thank you.
because he needs to still pay those costs.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Mr. Lilich?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was wondering, that Courtney Albritton that didn't appear yesterday, but she has an appointment today at 3:30 in your office. Could you let me know? I mean, it's after 3:30. I don't know. Is she there?
Mr. Trent finished the in-court docket and started meeting with people.
Okay.
Let me check the login here
Right.
for appointments.
Right.
He is,
Courtney Albritton.
yeah, he has not checked her off. She's scheduled at 3:30. There is no one in our lobby,
Okay.
but he's meeting with somebody right now.
Okay. I'll check back with you after we see these ladies and to see if she showed up.
Sure, I'll update you.
Thank you.
Yep. Judge,
Yes.
Miss Albritton has not arrived for her appointment. Mr. Trent's meeting with somebody else at the moment.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Pardon me, Judge.
Yes, go ahead.
Ms. Bruns is here.
Hello, I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal
I'm
Court.
sorry. Hi, Your Honor.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see you had those on.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some matters here that are not taken care of, and uh, there are many counts. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 counts of domestic battery at the same location with the same victim. I am concerned about this and that you've not been coming to court. What I've done is I have appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who's here. And what I'd like for you to do is discuss with him these cases, and how we need to proceed.
Right
So
now,
if,
Your Honor.
yeah, so what,
Okay.
the guy that gave you the headphones, if you could tell him to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to talk to your lawyer in private.
And then will I get to talk with you again, Your
Yeah,
Honor?
you're going to talk to him and then we'll discuss.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Hudson,
Yep,
looks like the plea offer only covers 2 of the 8 charges. Could you take a look at that?
that is intentional. The other charges cannot be touched because they're all domestic battery. So we can only charge on 2 as a municipal court, meaning if she is found guilty on 2, the remainder would be sent across the street for felony filing.
Okay, all
So
right, thanks.
that's
No,
kind of just my hands being tied thing.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, Mr. Lilich.
Judge, thank you for that opportunity to speak to Ms. Bruntz. Your Honor, the city has made a plea offer in this case. I have reviewed that with Ms. Bruntz. She would decline that plea offer at this time. I have told her she has an absolute right to have a trial on all these charges, and she's considering how she wishes to proceed. Your Honor, Ms. Bruntz would ask that the court consider and grant her an own recognizance bond today. Your Honor, Ms. Bruntz has advised me that her last domestic battery charge that she was charged with that back in January of this year. She has told me that since she received that charge, her and her husband have proactively done quite a few things to address the problems that she tells me they both have. Your Honor, my clients advised me that her and her husband struggle with alcohol, that he has been abusive to her in the past. And to address these issues, my client has been participating in Alcoholics Anonymous groups. She advises me that she has this year participated in the Lenexa Little House Alcoholics Anonymous group, the Northeast Johnson County group, the Leewood group, and that she has signed up for an IOP through Valley Hope, which has required her to spend 3 hours on intensive therapy 3 times a week. Your Honor, Ms. Bruntz has told me that she is currently employed as a sales director of Holiday Inn in Kansas City, Missouri. If the court declined her an OR bond, she's advised me that as of Monday, she will lose that job. Her and her husband have developed, as per what she's told me, a close relationship with a Pastor Cody from Grace Church in Piper. And her and her husband have been working with Pastor Cody on marriage and personal counseling issues. Ms. Bruntz has also advised me that she has been participating in a women's group at Church of the Resurrection in Leewood at 135th and Row. She feels that her proactively doing these things has put her on a better path. She's advised me that if the court does grant her an OR bond and orders her to personally appear, she'll keep whatever court date that the court has set. She's advised me that at the present time, her husband is currently staying with his sponsor and is not in the home. And so Ms. Bruntz feels like that is a good space right now for them not to have contact and for her to return to her home should the court grant her an own recognizance bond. Judge, I would ask that the court consider and grant Ms. Bruntz an own recognizance bond, order her to appear personally for a hearing sometime in the near future so that she can schedule an appointment with our office and we can further review her cases and charges with her.
Ms. Bruns, when was the last time he mentioned IOP at Valley Hope. When was the last time you had contact with them?
That was last month. So I'm still eligible for the program, but I'm going to have to restart it from the beginning, which I can do starting on Monday. I would just need to call them tomorrow, and my insurance is all the same. It's all taken care of. I just need to get back in touch with them and I could start, and it would be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So 3 hours, 3 times a week.
Right. Do you have a sponsor?
I have a temporary sponsor, and her name is Joy.
And what about this, when was the last time you went to any AA meeting?
Last week.
Your Honor, not to undermine anything that
Oh,
Well,
Mr.
I'm
Weaver-
just trying to get some information. I'll give you a minute, Mr. Weaver.
Right.
All right. And you said, Mr. Bruns is staying with his sponsor. Is that near your home?
I don't know where his sponsor lives, so I know that they've been going to meetings together, and it's my husband and I are getting along since this happened. We get along great, but he doesn't want me to feel pressure if I'm coming home. Um, if just for any reason. I did tell my attorney that we have to be out of our home by the last day of this month, which we've known about. So we're going to have to be packing together. And we do have my dad coming from Springfield. But yes, he has been with his sponsor and getting help with him, making sure that he's on the same path of health and recovery. And us being together physically right now is not as important as mentally making sure that we are healthy and not repeating the same things that we had before.
You said that you had to be out of your home at the end of the month, April 30th. Where are you gonna go?
I have applied for, it's a modular home. It's really close to where my mom lives in Kansas City. Much more affordable for me. They increased my rent by $250. And so it just became too expensive. And so my landlord, who I have a great relationship with, we just agreed that, this would be the last month that I would be renting there. So I was approved for this home. Um, but when all of this happened, I was kind of in that process. So I'm not sure. I need to get into my email and get everything finalized for that. I will have the deposit and the first month's rent taken care of. And then after that, I get 2 months free rent.
All right. All right, Mr. Weaver, I'll hear you.
Sorry, Your Honor, there was someone that came in. My only concern is this isn't the first time the defendant has posted bond. This isn't the first time they've had issues showing up. Some of these cases have multiple bonds on them. And my concern is I want them to mend as much as possible. I want them to go through these programs as much as possible. My concern is if they don't show up again, we're going to have an even bigger bond than last time. And last time's bond was $2,500. That bond's been forfeited. It's gone. So it's also just the nature of the charges. But if everything the defendant has shown to be true, I would like there to be a light at the end of this tunnel. But again, my concern is she's going to get picked up on a warrant if she misses the next one. And that's going to.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I will let you out. You are to appear April 24th at 8:30 in the morning.
Is my attorney writing that down? April 24th?
Yeah, we'll send this over to you. What I'm going to want from you, however, when you come on April 24th, is documentation from Valley Hope that you have been participating or what you've been doing there.
Okay.
Also, with this, any AA meetings you go to, I need signed cards
Okay.
that you have attended. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
And if you aren't in court April 24th at 8:30, trust me, you will be sitting right where you're sitting, and I won't be considering anything of letting you out. Do you
Yes, Your Honor.
understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. And I thank you for your grace and your mercy. I cannot, and I give you my word, I will bring everything that you've asked for,
Yes,
and I will
right.
be there right on when I need to be.
All right. Valley Hope paperwork and AA meetings that you've attended, April 24th, 8:30.
8:30. You've got it. I will be here.
Right.
Thank you again, and I will not let you down.
I hope not, because I don't think that jail color's your color.
You're right, ma'am. Can I just
Alright.
ask one more question? How does that
Sure.
work when I have an OR bond? What do they do from this end?
Okay, we'll send over paperwork. They will let you out. Because
Okay,
we've told them to let you out.
okay.
And just be back here April 24th, second floor of the City Hall.
Second floor, City Hall. Okay,
All right?
thank you.
All right.
Thank you
Oh,
so
one
much.
last thing. No violent contact with your husband. You can have
Yes,
contact, but no violent contact.
yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. Have a good day. That'll conclude the hearing.
Thank you. God bless you.
Take several hours to get everything processed. If you're to get out, they'll come get you. If something happens and you don't, so go stand by D1 and the deputy will do that. I can't help that until later. Ma'am, now Ms. Wright. Stand by your D1 door. Have a seat.
Ms. Wright, I am Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have charges that are unresolved. I believe, yeah. 3 counts of destruction of property, 1 count of domestic battery. These charges have been unresolved. I've appointed a counsel for you. Mr. Lilich is here to talk to you about these cases and how they're going to proceed. So if you'd ask the gentleman that gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to speak to your lawyer in private.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lilich?
Yes, Your Honor. Thanks for the opportunity to meet with Ms. Wright. I did have the opportunity to discuss her pending charges and to review a plea offer that the city has made. Your Honor, after reviewing that plea offer of Ms. Wright, she would like to enter into that plea agreement with the city. It's her understanding that as a part of that plea agreement, she will be pleading guilty to domestic battery and guilty to 2 counts of criminal damage to property. In exchange for that plea, the city will move to dismiss 1 count of criminal damage to property, recommend a 180-day underlying concurrent sentence, that she serve 2 of those days in jail, but that she get credit for time served. Your Honor, Ms. Wright's pointed out to me that she knows she's been in jail for less than a week, but she believes she's been in for more than 2 days. So as a part of this plea agreement, she would ask that the court do give her credit for the time that she has served. The other conditions that'll be recommended by the city are a 180-day sentence underlying that as part of her probation, she obtained a domestic violence evaluation, follow the recommendations, that she attend a checkmate class that I've explained to her. I'm not completely sure why that's a requirement. That she have no violent contact with the victim in this case, and that she pay a total fine and court costs of $200. Your Honor, after looking at this a little closer, I'm now seeing that $400 restitution for a broken window. Ms. Wright, something I didn't explain to you was that a part of this is that you're going to have to pay $400 restitution for a window. Would you like to
Okay.
discuss that with me in private, or are
No,
you in
no,
agreement
we
with
can
that?
discuss that now.
You want to discuss it right now?
Yes.
Are you okay paying $400 for a broken window?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, with that said, we would ask that the court.
Um, I'm asking that I do not pay rent or live there. That's all on my behalf. I'm asking that I don't live there or pay rent there. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, well, the court's not going to order you to live there, so I don't think that's a problem. Your Honor, we would ask that the court adopt the plea terms that I just summarized as its final order to resolve these cases.
Ms. Wright, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes.
That you are wanting to plead to the domestic battery and 2 counts of destruction of property.
Yes.
All right. And you understand that you have an absolute right to a trial, but by entering these pleas, you're giving up your right to that trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. I'm looking at, for the domestic, you're looking at 180 days in jail, and a 10 days underlying for the destruction. That's if you screw up.
Okay, here's where my mind is.
Okay.
And I'm wanting to take the long route of something and, learn, speak to a case manager, make some other better choice options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's good. And this is at least a step in the right direction, getting this taken care of,
Yeah.
so that you can proceed. I get it. The domestic battery is with a James Brown, or excuse me, James Martin.
Correct.
Okay.
One of them is, yes.
Yeah, the domestic is.
Yeah.
was my understanding. All right, so to the charge of domestic battery, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? Guilty
Guilty.
means that you're saying
Guilty.
you did it.
Yes,
Not guilty
guilty.
means I didn't do it.
Guilty.
All right. And to the 2 counts of destruction of property, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. I'll accept your plea. The other charge of destruction of property will be dismissed. For the domestic, I will order the 180 days in jail. You will get credit for the time served. I show you went in April 6th, and today's the 11th, so you will receive that time. Okay?
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
Honor,
Yes,
may I interrupt for one moment?
sure, absolutely.
It is probation's position that she is not amenable to be on
Okay.
probation.
All right. Did you understand what she just said, Miss Wright?
Yes. What other what other options do I have?
Well, unfortunately, you got jail or probation. That's all my choices. You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't get probation, it'd be jail time.
Your Honor, that is actually on me. One second. I did not
Well,
notice one of
hang
the
on a
destruction
second.
charges didn't have that.
Right. But here's the deal. She's already pled. So this is where we're at now. All right. 180 days credit for time serves, and then the destruction of property, you got that 6 months of probation, which I am going to order. And I'm going to tell you right now, Miss Wright, you need to become willing to participate in probation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if you don't, you'll be sitting in jail for 6 months. Or yeah, 6 months. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And that means from day one, I'm going to order you to go to probation for orientation. You don't show up, a warrant's going to be issued.
Okay.
And I don't see, we'll have to have a hearing on it, but you could be sitting in jail for that 6 months.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So 6 months on probation, you're going to have to do a mental health eval. You said something about getting a social worker or whatever. You got to get involved with that behavioral health eval and follow those recommendations. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. I will order the restitution for the window for $400. I'm not going to assess any fine. Well, I got to assess fine because it's domestic. That's a mandatory fine. So you got $200 domestic battery fine, and you've got $400 in restitution for a window.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So, and obviously no contact at all with this James Martin.
Okay.
Got that?
Yes.
All right. So to start probation, you got to go to orientation, which will be April 24th at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That's at City Hall on the 2nd floor, April 24th. If you do not appear, a warrant will be issued. So I need you to be there.
April 24th at what time?
10 o'clock.
Okay.
And like I said,
Where is this at?
City Hall, just across the street from the jail.
710 building.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Don't miss it. No violent contact with, or no contact at all with James Martin, and be here April 24th.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. We'll send over paperwork.
Your Honor, I'm confused. How did it become 180 days underlying?
Because you have it right there.
It's set as 180 days jail.
Oh. Sorry.
Do we need her back?
Nope,
Oh, okay.
But
nope, we're
wait,
gonna do that.
my
gonna be-
plea offer, Judge, says 180 days underlying. That's what I'm
I'm
looking.
looking, it doesn't, mine does not say that.
Shane, I sent you an updated one before it started.
Well, you've got to get your crap together before you start sending things out and then having to, oh, I didn't know. We can't do these things in the middle. We just can't. She already had pled at that point. All right. So that'll conclude the hearings. Have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.